Hi guys, it's Mrs. Santiago here, and today we're going to be talking about simple Spanish conversations. When you have a conversation, it's important to remember that it's two people with give and take of questions, answers. You want to start your conversation with greetings, so let's review the greetings in Spanish. Hola, buenos días, buenas tardes, buenas noches, ¿qué tal? Bienvenidos. Now let's look at some closings or goodbyes. Adios. Hasta luego. Hasta pronto. Hasta mañana. Chao. Cuídate. Nos vemos. Greetings and closings are only part of the conversation. We need the meat in the middle, or the basic three of conversation. Before we start those, let's take a look at Spanish names. Hola, me llamo Señora Santiago. First names. Girls' names generally end in the letter A, and boys' names generally end in the letter O, E, or a consonant such as S, N, or L. Here are some first names. Just some examples: Adriana, Catalina, Elena, Sofia, Bianca, Clara, Josefina, Minerva. And a few boy names: Leonardo, Enrique, Ramon, Nicolás, Jorge, Eduardo, Lorenzo, Patricio. Last names in Spanish are quite interesting. Last names, surnames, or also called in Spanish apellidos, they have four different ways that you receive your last name historically. The first one is called patronymic and matronymic surnames. We'll look at the little picture. They come from your mom or dad, and they're based on your parents' first name. Some of the most common Hispanic last names are patronymic and matronymic surnames. For example, Leon Alvarez is Leon, son of Alvaro. Eduardo Fernandez, Eduardo, son of Fernando. Pedro Velasquez is Pedro, the son of Velasco. The second way is a geographical last name or surname. It comes from the location of the family's house originally. Medina and Ortega are common last names because those were common town names. They can also refer to a landscape feature such as Vega, which means meadow, and Mendoza, which means cold mountain. Sometimes they use the word de, from, or of before the geographical location. Examples: Ricardo de Lugo, Ricardo from the town of Lugo. Lucas Iglesias, Lucas who lived near a church or iglesia. And Sebastián de Soto, Sebastián de meaning of the grove, de Soto. We can see this with these two. So the older gentleman is Julio Iglesias, who is the padre of Enrique Iglesias, both very famous singers. What did they live near at some point? That's right, La Iglesia. The third way is an occupational surname or last name. Occupational Hispanic last names initially were derived or came from the person's job or the trade that they performed. Examples: Roderick Guerrero is Roderick the warrior or soldier. Lucas Vicario, Lucas the vicar. Carlos Zapatero, Carlos the shoemaker. In case you weren't sure what a vicar is a priest or padre de la iglesia. The last way would be a descriptive surname. It's based on a nickname that describes the person's physical characteristic or personality. Examples: Juan Delgado, John, the thin guy. Aaron Cortés, Aaron, the courteous one. Or Marco Rubio, Marco, the blonde one. So here we could see, perhaps this would be Marco Rubio. But what's kind of funny is this is actually the senator from Florida whose name is Marco Rubio. He is not Rubio now. His last name must have come from an earlier ancestor. When you create names, let's take a look at Mr. Santiago's name. So Guillermina Gonzalez and Silvestre Santiago were his parents, and his name is William Santiago Gonzalez. So where did this name come from? Well, William was his given first name, Santiago named from his dad, Gonzalez named from his mom. Senora Santiago, where did her name come from? Kathleen Elizabeth McGregor and William Santiago Gonzalez came together, Kathleen McGregor de Santiago. If you have children, Kathleen Elizabeth McGregor and William Santiago Gonzalez came together to produce John Gabriel Santiago McGregor. And there he is. Of course, he doesn't use my last name, but he does use his dad's last name. Example. This is Shakira Isabel Mebarak Ripoll. Father's last name, mother's last name. She is with Gerard Piqué Bernabeu. They have 2 children, Milan Piqué Mebarak and Sasha Piqué Mebarak. There's a lot of different last names in Spanish, all very colorful and fun. Mendez, Ramos, Torres, Lopez, Hernandez, Alvarez, Valdez, Campos, Villarreal, y Ramon. Now let's get to the basic 3 questions and answers for a simple Spanish conversation. ¿Cómo te llamas? Me llamo. So when you're asking someone their name, you're going to say, ¿Cómo te llamas? What you're really asking them is, what do you call yourself? And even though they answer me llamo, they are not saying my name is. They're saying, I call myself. Feelings. We're going to start with 3 basic options. So when someone asks you about your feelings, your 3 options will be bien, mal, or in the middle, más o menos. You could be muy bien or muy mal, but you can't be muy más o menos. Remember, bien, well, so you can be muy bien, very well, mal, bad, or muy mal, very bad, but you cannot be muy más o menos. ¿Cómo estás? Yo estoy. So, ¿cómo estás? Asking, how are you feeling today? Yo estoy, and then you insert mal, bien, or más o menos. Last one. When you're asked where are you from, you need some options. You could say Los Estados Unidos, Nueva York, or Alden. You could really say any town, city, state, or country. Let's take a look at that question. ¿De dónde eres? Where are you from? ¿De dónde eres? Yo soy de, and then you insert your place. ¿De dónde eres? Yo soy de los Estados Unidos. Yo soy de Alden. So now we're ready to have a simple conversation and practice what we've learned. Gracias.